Welcome to Take a Pause with me, Varun Duggi. We all talk about hustle culture and we also talk about the toxic parts of it. But what we don't often realize is that hustle culture in itself is not toxic. We just take the wrong things from it. I recently spoke about this on Sid Warrior's channel. Thought I'd drop that for you guys to kind of tap into and kind of see if this is something which you could kind of use in your own lives. I'm Varun Duggi, and this is Take a Pause. And before I go into that clip, I want to make sure you hit subscribe and smash that bell icon. Now, straight into what I spoke to Sid about.
There was a term that I came across when I was reading up about you, which is unhustle. What is that about?
So, something which I think about a lot, and it's actually evolved in my head over time.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a problem with the word hustle. And the problem with the word hustle is it's a great word. Like, I've hustled to get where I have, very honestly. But now it's become a bit of a catchphrase, right? We need to talk. For me, unhustling is basically you're priming yourself for happiness and performance versus not just like kind of getting ahead, because you can only fake this whole like faking it till you make it scenario.
Yeah.
Is the worries, because if you are performing at your highest level of performance and yet you're also kind of making sure you are happy doing it, that's a better spot to be in than saying, okay, I will wing it as long as I can and eventually I'll get somewhere. Yeah. Winging it will only get you so far. And I feel that most time hustling is, and it's unfortunate, right? Hustling is actually, it's given so many of us great careers and great things, but it's now become a catchphrase. It's become a way for you to say, okay, I'll claim to be something maybe which I'm not, or I will make unhealthy choices for myself and my life. So at some point, that term is a term I started using. I have been called out on it. And I've explained myself, which is why over time I've actually even stopped saying unhustle a little bit. I say high performance a little bit more. That seems to sound better. But I think my issue with hustling is just that it's not about the term, it's about how we're using it. And we're also abusing it, right? I haven't slept all night. I haven't slept more than 4 hours in like a week. It's not a badge of honor. You are going to crash. I was listening to Matthew Walker on a podcast, and he was saying that, how people say that I'll sleep when I'm dead. You keep saying that, you will actually die, which I think is a fact, right? And I'll come to value health a lot more. I feel if you're healthier, if you are happier with some of the choices in your life, you'll still be able to hustle and yet be able to be happy. You don't have to compromise. I think that's really where I was coming from. It's an evolving thought in my head, and it often comes out in different ways.
Yeah, because the positives of hustling is opportunism, the idea to, or the ability to pick up on when can you move in, when can you say yes, when can you understand that I'll say yes now and I will learn it. Just like you gave the example of the 3D
exactly,
AV, right?
Yeah.
That is a hustle, and there is so much positive out of it.
Yeah.
But what you said about health, I believe that if you are sensible, you will know that to hustle well, you need to be healthy. Exactly. So you're not really playing the long game if you're skipping out on sleep, saying that you'll study or work harder then.
I was talking to someone the other day, and I was telling them that when I was interning, I would be in the office for 10 days in a row, right? Because MTV at that time, I interned and worked at MTV before I moved to Channel V, and they'd have a shower. I had a sleeping bag. I had to change of clothes. So I would just not leave. And I was one day asked to go home. And they said, you cannot just be here. Go get a life. And it happened because I was sitting on the editing table. And actually, I don't think I've spoken about this before. You have your hand on the mouse and you're editing for a while and you're going to sleep and you're getting up and you're editing and sleeping. My arm froze up because it was on that mouse for so long. So at some point, I couldn't move. So I was using my other hand. And then someone walked in and said, what are you doing? You don't have to And because I was trying to get stuff done faster than anybody else. Okay, if somebody can do an edit in like a day, I will do it in half a day. I will do more and more and more. And at some point, it's not worth it. And I was thankful at that point in time. And still try to remember who said that to me. And it was one of the people I reported into. And he said, okay, just go home. Take the weekend. Give your arm some rest. You'll come back and you'll do a better job at your edit, which you're struggling with right now. Because I was struggling.
Yeah.
I was struggling getting an edit right because I used to do the elimination round. So you want to have high drama, do the music, do all that stuff. So um and that I think was invaluable because even over the years, I've actually realized that I'm happier at times when I decide to sleep for a certain number of hours every day.
Right.
Don't it is all like um go hard, party hard, all those things which we do.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I've gotten older. I'm almost hitting 40 now. So maybe it's because I'm older, maybe because I have a kid, but I just genuinely feel that it's an unhealthy notion to connect all of these to you being successful.
Productive. Yeah.
But it's actually not.
I hope this clip gave you value. And if it did, I'd love for you to kind of drop in the comments which aspects of it do you want me to dig into further, and I'll maybe kind of work on a larger piece of content around that. And for that to happen, I want to make sure you hit subscribe and smash that bell icon. And see you guys in the next episode of Take a Pause with me, Varun Duggi.